Hey, what's up everybody? This is Crystal Clear 101 with another toy review, and today I am reviewing the third and final figure for NECA's Aliens line. All three of these are from Series 1. This is the Xenomorph Warrior. Now, first off, from the packaging, here's the side. Now, this is probably my favorite of the of the three. This is easily my favorite because not only does it show like a Marine's point of view, seeing a Xenomorph Warrior, it actually lists Crow, which I thought was kind of cool, and all the blood splatter that's all over the side of the packaging right there. I thought that was just neat. To me, I think this is easily the best of the three shots that they use, just because it shows a Xenomorph Warrior look like he's coming right at you. And, I mean, what else could be more frightening than that? And the third shot is showing a Xenomorph Warrior, I guess, resting, getting ready to rise. But either way, that just looks cool. Alright, now that I've shown the packaging for this bad boy right here, let me go ahead and bust him loose and let's see how he compares. Alright, now that I got the Xenomorph Warrior out of his packaging, I just gotta say, first off, I am actually very impressed with how the Xenomorph Warriors turned out. Now, before I start showing the detail of this figure, let me go ahead and point out some of the articulation that this figure has. Okay, he has a ball-jointed head, a ball-jointed chest, ball-hinge shoulder, swivel bicep, double-hinge knee, swivel forearm, swivel hinge hands. He has ball hinge legs, he has double hinge knees, ball jointed foot, and hinge toes. That is a pretty decent articulation. And on top of that, this figure NECA standard is 7 inches. This figure stands at 9 inches. So this figure is a little bit bigger than normal. And before I forget, he does have a hinge jaw right here, so you can have him pose with his mouth open. If you're familiar with the Xenomorph, you'd be able to do whatever you want with this figure. But now that I've talked about the articulation, let's go ahead and take a look at some of the closer details of this bad boy. Now, they used a brown color to show off the highlights of the figure, show off some more of the details. Now, this tail right here, I didn't measure how long this tail is. It's probably about 9 or 10 inches, but this is a soft, posable plastic, and you can have this posed however you like. These tubes right here, I honestly do not know what these pieces are called, but these are a very soft, very flexible plastic. And something else I will go ahead and point out, which is this little spike right here just beneath the head. This can be removed. This is simply on a peg. You can remove this, and this will allow more head articulation. You can actually lean it back more. And I'll actually show this figure in some poses you can do with it. But this is a very, very damn good Xenomorph figure. And in just a moment, I will actually show this to the older Xenomorph Warrior that NECA did back in 2008. Now, if you'll hold on, I'll actually get that figure, and I'll do a little side-by-side comparison of the two. Alright, now I have both NECA Xenomorph Warriors side by side. This is the original from 2008, and this is the new one for the Aliens line. Now, on first glance, they might appear to be similar. However, this one is a completely new sculpt. And I'll be honest with you, if I had to choose between one of these two, I would honestly go with this one. This one has far better articulation, and on top of that, let me show off a couple other little things. For instance, these little, I don't know what you call it, pieces right here that go along the side of the neck. Well, mine has broke off on my old one. That's one thing. These little web pieces that go on the back of the arm, I have the same issue with mine right here. That's from barely posing it. And on top of that, I just like the overall detail on this one better. This one still looks good, but if I had to recommend one of these two, both are fine as far as a shelf display piece. However, I do like this one for the simple fact that this has better posability and better quality control than this one. And on top of that, with this one being a far newer figure than this one, you'll be able to get this one much cheaper than you will this one. So, if you want me to give you my personal opinion, I would go this one. It's more recent, as much as I hate to say that. It's got better articulation, better quality control, and unlike that one, you don't have to worry about parts breaking off like I had on this one. And you can have this one in virtually any pose you want. Alright, now that I've talked about that, let me go ahead and show some of the poses you can actually put this figure in. Alright, enough of the silly poses that I can show you have this figure in. Now, just like with the previous Xenomorph Warrior that NECA released, not only can you open the inner jaw, but you can also remove the biomechanical tongue, which, now, it is a lot easier to get this tongue out than on the previous one. However, my only complaint, and I do mean my only complaint on mine, is on the tongue for mine. I don't know how well you can tell, but not only are there like a few blotches where, you know, they forgot to add paint to it, but there's also just heavy paint apps on it. And honestly, it just doesn't look that good. That's really my only complaint that I even have about this particular Xenomorph Warrior. And just for a size comparison, here's Corporal Hicks right here. Now, Corporal Hicks is a standard size NECA figure, right at 7 inches. And as you can see, this Xenomorph Warrior right here just towers over him at 9 inches. And this is actually the accurate size of the Xenomorph Warrior to a standard NECA figure. So what's my overall verdict on the Xenomorph Warrior for NECA's brand new Aliens line? In my opinion, this is very easily the best Xenomorph figure you can get your hands on, especially in this scale. He's got great detail, he's got fantastic articulation, and on top of that, especially if you can find him right now, you can pick him up for $17.99. And in my opinion, he is well worth the $17.99. I mean, even if you can find him for the $20 to $25 range on other websites, for instance, he is actually well worth that, in my opinion. This is just that good of a Xenomorph figure. The fact you can have him in any pose you want, the fact that he can still open his mouth, you can still pull out his biomechanical tongue, this figure is an absolute dead solid winner. Highly recommended. If you love aliens, if you love Xenomorphs, grab him. Do not skip out on him. He is an absolute must-have. But this is going to wrap up my review on the NECA Xenomorph Warrior for the Aliens line. Be sure to rate, comment, subscribe.